All right, guys, so here are the notes for today over solving equations, variables on both sides, day 2. So on Tuesday, we covered equation with variables on both sides, where our focus was just moving the variables all to one side of the equation so we could solve a two-step equation. This time, we are going to have some additional items to do first before we are able to get to that two-step equation. However, we still have our variables on both sides. So the whole goal of this is that we need to go and simplify each side of the equation first, like two separate problems. So simplify each side of the equation first, like two separate problems. So you're probably like, well, I don't really know what that means. So we're going to look at it in practice. So in practice, if we look at this first equation, 2 times 5x minus 1 equals 3 times x plus 11. If you notice, on the left and the right-hand side, there is distributive property on both sides. So that's what it means by simplify. So we're going to look at one side of it at a time, and we're going to go and simplify the problem by doing the distributive property. So I'm going to take 2 times 5x and 2 times that negative 1 on the left-hand side. 2 times 5x is 10x. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. All right, that's simplified. Okay, there's no like terms to combine. 10x minus 2, I'm good there. Equals, now we're going to look at the right-hand side. 3 times x and 3 times positive 11. That is going to give us 3x, and 3 times 11 is positive 33. Okay? I look at my right-hand side. Are there any like terms to combine? No. So now I'm just here where I have equations with variables on both sides, and they are written in their simplest form. Easiest form for me to go and move a variable over. So now I go and look, which variable do I want to move? I'm going to move the 3x. And I'm going to move that using my inverse operation of subtraction. 10x minus 3x is 7x. Bring down the minus 2. Your equal sign. These canceled out to 0. And now bring down just that plus 33. Now I'm here at my two-step equation. Okay, and I'm just solving like regular, using my inverse operation. So I'm going to do the opposite, and I'm going to add 2 to both sides of the equal sign. 7x comes down. These cancel out to 0. 33 plus 2 is 35. Now I have 7 times x equals 35, so I do the opposite, and I divide by 7 on both sides of the equal sign. X equals 35 divided by 7 is 5. Okay? So nothing new. I'm just doing things that I already know how to do, so things I've already mastered, distributive property, and I'm going and I'm making my equation simpler so that I can ultimately get to my two-step equation. So let's look at another one. We have 7x minus 5 times x minus 4 equals 7 times 2x plus 1. So I'm going to go and look at my left-hand side, and I'm going to distribute, okay, because I don't want those parentheses there. So this negative 5 times x, and this negative 5 times negative 4. I bring down my 7x. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. Negative 5 times negative 4 is plus 20. Then I go to my other side of my equal sign. 7 times 2x, and 7 times 1. I'm also distributing. I don't want any of those parentheses. So I have 14x plus 7. Okay, now I look at my left-hand side. I still have too many terms, so I need to go and see, is there opportunity to combine like terms? And yes, there is. Okay, here and here. I can go and combine those like terms. So when I go and combine them, 7x minus 5x, I get 2x plus 20, and nothing changed on my right-hand side because they were already simplified. Now I can go and move my variables all to one side so I can get a two-step equation to solve. In this case, it makes sense to go and move the 2x because it is a smaller value. So I'm going to move that. Those will cancel out to 0. I bring down the 20 equals 14x minus 2x is 12x. And I'm going to bring down the plus 7. Now here's the two-step equation, and I'm going to solve as I've been doing. Okay, so I'm going to do inverse operation and subtract 7 from both sides. 20 minus 7 is 13 equals 12x, and these 7s that cancel each other out. Okay, so now I have 12 times x equals 13. So I'm going to do the opposite and divide by 12 on both sides of my equal sign. Then x is going to be left with, now depending on your answer choices that are given, so if it was multiple choice or if you have to go put it in the grid, your answers you may have to go and do some conversions. So 13 over 12 would be an answer. That's in its most simplest form. Or if you needed to put it in a decimal, 1.08. And that's solving it, okay? So that's the new wrinkle. It's simplifying and then going to go and solve your equation. So we're going to try this again. And we're going to go and distribute. We have 4 times 2x plus 1 equals 2 times x minus 13. Looking at the left, we have 4 times 2x, 4 times positive 1. That is 8x, and that is plus 4. Okay? Then I have 2 times x, 2 times negative 13. That is 2x, 2 times negative 13, negative 26. I look on my left. Do I have any like terms to combine now? No. Look on my right. Any like terms to combine? No. So now I can just go move my variables to one side and solve my two-step equation. So I'm going to subtract 2x on both sides. 8x minus 2x is 6x. Bring plus 4 down equals, these canceled out, negative 26. Here's my two-step equation. Now I keep doing my inverse operations. So I'm going to subtract 4 on both sides of the equal sign. Bring down my 6x. These canceled out. Equals negative 26 minus 4 is negative 30. So now I need to go 6 times x, so I do the inverse and divide by 6 on both sides. Those cancel out. That leaves me with x. Negative 30 divided by a positive 6 is a negative 5. So then if I go and I look on my, if I go and I look on my next equation, I have 7 times 4 minus x equals 3 times x minus 4 plus 5x. So what I want to do is I'm going to go and distribute. So I want to do 7 times 4, 7 times negative x. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times negative x is negative 7x. Equals, now I'm going to distribute on my right-hand side. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. And then I'm just going to bring down that plus 5x. So now I look on the left, 28 minus 7x, there's nothing to combine there. That's simple terms. But if I go and I look on the right, I do have 2 like terms. Here and here. Let me go right over those again. So I have 3x and 5x. I need to combine them. So I'll bring down my stuff on the left-hand side. Then I have 3x plus 5x. If I put those together, they're both positive. I have a total of 8x minus 12. Now, though, that is simplified, so I can go and solve on both sides. So I'm going to move the 7x. And I'm going to add 7x to both sides. Bring down the 28. And then 8x plus 7x is 15x minus 12. Now that's the two-step equation, so I can just add 12 to both sides now. I get a total of 40 equals 15x. Those canceled out. And then I go and divide by 15 on both sides. 40 divided by 15 is, we can say that's 2.7 as a decimal. We can leave it in decimal form. Those x's cancel out, and that is your value for x.